Hey y'all, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Shy in Second Life, and on this channel we check out aesthetically pleasing places in the virtual world of Second Life, and I also sporadically do lifestyle vlogs. So if you're interested in content like this, go ahead and subscribe. So y'all, let's go ahead and get back to our Beauty in Black recap chit chat. Y'all, taking it back again, when Crystal hit Norman's wife, when she ran her over, and then Roy went right behind her and ran her over again, I was like, why the hell would you put her in the trunk of the car? Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? I feel like, of course, for the storyline, it was necessary. But just speaking from a very rational space, I just kind of felt like if you're not going to call anybody, the next worst thing that you can do after you hit somebody and you're actively running is to physically pick them up and put them in your car and then take them to your house. Then you take them to the house, you have a whole argument with your girl because you're cheating again. But are you really cheating? Are you really cheating, or are you simply entertaining women because you're not hitting on nothing? You just berating her at this point. You're just berating her, and that's it. That's absolutely it. I know. See, the goat agrees. The goat absolutely agrees. Another thing that was funny to me, again, because we're popping around. I told y'all we're popping around with this. It was funny how everybody, like Kimmy, Sylvie, and Rain's character, they were looking very just like, no makeup on and stuff like that, very minimal makeup. But then when Rain got out of the hospital, everybody was glamour shot ready. Look how cute this picture's gonna be. Oh, everybody's coupled up. Oh, how cute. He's a cutie. I know that's right, sir. Okay. So I was just like, everybody's like full glamour shot. And that was just like what it was for the remainder of the season. I felt like, okay, are we doing like a beauty filter? Do we have like a beauty filter going on for everybody? Now I will say, I do love how Tyler Perry does a lot of movies where it does normally have like that, okay ma'am, it does have like that initial struggle aspect of it. Not a fan of that, but you know what, it is what it is. But I do like that once it's like you get to the goodness of it, where it's like, okay, this is your reward. He makes it very worthwhile. And so I did love the fact that we were able to see Kimmy and Sylvie and Rain and Angel be able to be like in a totally different space. So listen, I'm gonna be walking behind you because I'm not about to walk in the water because y'all in the middle of the damn path. So I really did like that. I like that they got like a bit of a reward, and it was one of those things where Kimmy didn't have to do things with her body like she had to do before when she was stripping and stuff like that. And so I loved that aspect of it. I also love the aspect that they did make it where Angel was betraying his true self, ideally, like you're right in the middle. You're right in the middle. Yeah, my apologies, sir, but you're right in the middle. Where Angel was having to do some strange things for some change, if you know what I mean. And he's like, I don't really go that way. So he was like, oh, and ended up in the water anyway. Okay, let's get up out of the water. Talked all that mess and ended up in the water anyway. So it's one of those things where he's like, okay, I don't do nothing with him. I just dance with him. I just dance for him. And that's just it. And then I also found that it was oddly weird. And this has always been my thing. I feel like people who are overly homophobic or homophobic, period, I feel like you are upset because you are curious and you don't feel confident enough to act on what you are feeling. And so you project your feelings and your emotions onto people that actually are able to confidently be their true selves. That's just how I feel, because I feel like the amount of homophobia that Horace showed towards like how he felt about his son, Norman as well. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if something comes out about him on the show either. I just kind of felt like it was very odd that at the end of it all, like, you were curious. You were curious. You were messing around. You were trying to mess around with Angel. Angel was like, listen, I might do a lot of stuff, but I can't do that. I dance for you, sir. But that's about it. That's about it. Now, I don't know. They made some innuendos that Angel might have done a little bit more, but I don't know. It was nothing was really, really solid as to like what went on other than him dancing for him. What the fuck are these purple things? Is that supposed to be like rhubarb? I don't know. I don't know if you can eat rhubarb like that. That ain't no damn marshmallow. And you can't convince me that it is. It's purple. This is a marshmallow. But I don't know what the hell that thing is. That's not a marshmallow. That is just not a marshmallow. And so yeah, so that was the whole thing about it. I just kind of felt like the overly homophobic just opinions and feelings that the family had. I just kind of felt like that shit was, they were ODing off of that. Just like, in my opinion, I feel like, okay, tone it the fuck down. Like, we get it. Y'all don't like it. That's what it is. You feel like he's less than a man and all of that stuff. Like, really, really honing in on all of the very stereotypical things that homophobic people have to say about gay men in particular. So I was just like, okay, we get it. We get it. We don't have to, you don't have to, it's beating a dead horse at this point. But I just kind of felt like that was very, telling that Horace did have feelings about like his son being gay, but then you are over here paying Kimmy to hook up with Angel. And I'm talking like from the jump. Kimmy peeped it from the jump that Horace was not interested in her. Was not at all. Even though he got upset when she first brought it to him. Like, he's like, I'm not. And then she like, sir, you're literally staring at him. You can't even hold a decent conversation with me because you're trying to see what's going on with Angel. Okay? Angel and them weak ass body rolls. I would just like to say that. Them body rolls was hella weak. I give you the benefit of the doubt because, you're not a stripper in real life, but the body rolls was killing me. Girl, I want to see you. Oh, why would you do that? This is what I be talking about. Hold up. Because you know what? I'm not editing this out. I probably will. I might do it. I don't know. What's going on with you, ma'am? You cute. You know what's funny? I think that it is funny when I can tell when it's like a thick Abby, whether the Abby is like a thick Abby and it's a black person in real life behind them, or if it's just like a Hispanic person behind them, or if it's a white person behind them. Like, I can tell. I'm pretty good with that. Look how cute that. Now, I don't know how big this damn cabin was, but I wasn't expecting this. Okay, well, I guess so. I feel like this land is like such a great representation of autumn. It would have been awesome if this land was like up during, you know what, I don't know how long this land has been up, so let me not even say that, but I wish we would have seen this like towards the beginning of September as opposed to October, just simply because I feel like this land is so fitting for like that September fall type vibes, and not so much like the fall going into like the Halloween season type vibes. I don't know, that's just how I feel about it. It looks, I will say this, the food in Second Life, sometimes they hit it on the market, sometimes they don't. This is giving Dust Bunny vibes. I saw a video from Kisses on YouTube, and she was talking about how a lot of the creators, like, I think she was talking about like clothing brands and stuff like that, but she was talking about how a lot of the creators, their clothes are looking alike now, and almost like they're copying from other creators in the style and the way that they make their clothes. And I will say there are stores that make food items specifically, and I've seen food items where I thought it was one store because that was the store that was like originally, no, I ain't gonna name drop because y'all want me to be messy, and I'm not gonna be messy. I'm not gonna do it. But when I look at their food items, I'm like, this looks like this store food items, and your food items didn't always look like that. So it's one of those things where it's just like, I do think that people will look at other people's creations in Second Life and they'll see like what works for them, especially if they consider them to be like this violin is beautiful. If they consider them to be like more of a popular brand in Second Life, and they will kind of like mimic the meshing. I feel like that is foul as hell. I feel like it's foul as hell, especially if you are pricing your stuff below the price of the person that has like the original, if you will, I'm using air quotes, mesh. I feel like that's bogus because you're trying to take their clientele, and that's not right. My thing is, look, if you are making a creation and your creation is not working for you, then go back to the drawing board. go back to the drawing board. Speaking of the drawing board, you guys, speaking of the drawing board, I am going to start implementing some, what am I going to start implementing? I'm going to start implementing some new thumbnails. I'm just testing out thumbnails just to kind of see if I'm going to go into a different space. I've had the thumbnail that you guys normally see. I've had that thumbnail for a while. And you know what? I am very big on trying to figure out like what works best for the channel. And so I do feel like the thumbnail helps, but I kind of feel like I could do better with the thumbnail so that I can bring in a little bit more attraction, because as we do know, the thumbnails definitely matter. The titles matter as well, but the thumbnails are just as important as the title. And so I just kind of feel like I can do something a little bit different with the thumbnail. Now, if I do see that there's no like significant difference, then I'm going to go back to the original thumbnail, that like the thumbnails that you guys are normally seeing, just because I feel like that is different from a lot of other thumbnails. But what I'm trying to figure out is if the difference in the style of my thumbnail is a cause for maybe me not getting as many views as I possibly could be getting, or as many more views as I could possibly be getting. I don't know. You know, I don't feel like my channel's doing bad at all, especially compared to last year. But I'm always interested in improving on things, and so me testing out these thumbnails is something that I'm doing to try to like improve on things, you know. But you know, although I do like my thumbnails, part of me doesn't want to change it, simply because I really do like the thumbnail, but it has to be liked by more than just me. But then it's like one of those things where it's like, when I look at the channels that I frequent, the thumbnails, okay, you got a nice little fish, the thumbnails all kind of have like the same type of aesthetic. And I don't know if that is just something that the people who watch videos on YouTube, if that's something that they're actually just like interested in. It's like, do they like videos that follow that type of aesthetic? Now, what I will say is I do pay a lot of attention to the back end of YouTube, and so they give you like options for thumbnails, and they're just like, okay, your thumbnails are doing good, but these are the type of thumbnails that people like to see. And so I'm just kind of testing it out, trying to like take their recommendations just to kind of see if it's going to make like any type of significant difference. And yeah, so be on the lookout for that for sure. Look at the little fishy. The fishy gonna jump up. Are we gonna wait for the fishy to jump up, or is the fish gonna take for a damn ever? Because the cat is ready. We're not gonna spend too much time on this. Don't piss me off. Watch, as soon as I move away. Did that cat have a damn money sign on it? Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm getting a money sign for the cat when I hover over the cat. So apparently you can buy the cat, I guess. I don't know. Now, we came over here before, but there's also, we didn't get to come this close. It's a bridge somewhere. Where's the bridge at? Okay, the bridge is right here. Okay. So it is super cute. When I tell y'all, this land is just like super duper cute. I love it. So yeah, so back to Beauty in Black. You know, I feel like I've been beating up on it more than big up in it, and that is not done on purpose at all. It really truly is just like coming from a space of, I love the show, but these were things that stuck out to me that kind of made me feel like, you know, it wasn't really necessary, or it was necessary, it could have been done better. Now, are there a lot more things? Yes. Are we going to touch on a lot of those things? No, simply because I'm going like off of the things that just stuck out to me from memory. I'm not really trying to do like a real deep dive into everything. But what I will say is Jules' character, the man that plays Jules' character, when I tell y'all, he was one of my favorite characters. Now, in my opinion, he is a wonderful actor. I've seen him he's an OG. I've seen him in so many movies. And I often am just like, when a good actor is in a scene, is that a damn bobcat? When a great actor, because good is not enough in my opinion, when a great actor is in a scene with an actor or actress that just is not acting as good as you would expect them to, does the great actor like pick up on that? Like, are they like actively acting in the scene with the actor or the actress and be like, damn, they're not good at this? Or do they just be, are they just like, this ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm here to do my job, and so if they're not doing their job the way that I'm doing my job, then that's just them, I'm just simply about to shine in this moment. I don't know, but there are a lot of times where I was just like, I know he mad. The same with Kimmy, and when he told her ass to stand in front of the car. First of all, that scene was hilarious. For me. And the only part of it that was hilarious was when he couldn't hit her. First of all, I thought it was wild that they would even make it as to where he would attempt to smash her into the damn ambulance in broad daylight right outside of the hospital. I just kind of felt like, okay, is he crazy, or does he really, really feel like that untouchable? Because to me, I feel like that was wild. That was absolutely wild to even make it as to where what he wanted to do was actually kill her in the damn hospital, and told her ass like, you're exactly where you need to be. But when he couldn't hit her and he was just mad, he's talking about these safety features, you can't even kill nobody no more. I said, baby, he was hilarious in that scene. That scene for me was funny because he was pissed. He was absolutely pissed. But even in that scene, I felt like, I said, Kimmy, what are we doing, ma'am? What are we doing? Where's the emotion? You're supposed to be petrified, terrified. You just stood in front of the damn car like you done accepted your fate. First of all, you were gonna have to shoot me in the car. You're gonna have to shoot me in the car, sir. If you're gonna off me, you're gonna have to off me in the car. You're gonna have a mess on your hands. Because what you definitely are is out of your damn mind if you think I'm about to get out of the car and stand in front of the car for you to run me over, for you to smash me between the car. Like, you think that's what this is finna be? Like, that's what you think this is? That's what you think this is? Now, I cannot remember if, I think like that was way before and then she ended up doing it to Body. That was before she did it to Body. And so I just kind of felt like, you're not about to get me to do that. You're gonna have to do it in the car. If you're gonna do it, I'm not about to help you off me. That's not what we doing. That's just really not what we doing. And so I felt like, girl, you was a fool. You can't possibly be that damn scared of that man. You cannot be. I would have had to chin up, chest out. You gonna have to do it in the car. Because, honey, boo-boo, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. When I tell y'all, the sitting spaces here are so nice, so pretty, so autumn. When I tell you guys, this is what I'll be talking about with Luane and so many other creators that like revamp their lands for the seasons. They like, when I tell you, I love a fresh, like completely redone land. I love it. I eats it up every single time. I love it, love it, love it. It's just such a new experience. And then just to know that there's more to come. Show up and show out for the winter. I already know. Once the snow falls, it's gonna be a dream. And that's one thing that I can say about Luanes World, as well as Lilu's lands. Beautiful in the winter, and they give you more than just snow. Y'all know that's a pet peeve of mine. I can't stand a land that for the winter time they just put a bunch of damn snow down and be like, it's winter time. No. We need more than that. We need a little bit more substance. And they always do it for me when it comes to the substance of like the lands and the aesthetic of the lands. The landscaping is always top tier. I love the different vibes of this land. They've had a lot of like campy type vibes, but then they also have like some romantic by the beachside type vibes. And I like that as well. Lots and lots of different sitting spaces. I love how they have like the different trees. We have a lot of the pine, but they have the mixed in like the red trees. The trees are, you can tell they were originally green for the fall, they're changing for the fall and stuff like that. I really truly love that. We're gonna do some people watching, but we're just gonna get a little bit away from them. I like to make it seem like I'm not watching them. That's what I like, because it just does it for me. I could have just stopped in front of them, but I'm not bold like that. Keeping it a trillion, I'm simply not bold like that. What you got going on? Okay, you look like a camp counselor. Okay. We don't know what kind of camp counselor, but a camp counselor nonetheless. Oh, you're delightful, ma'am. I love that hair. Okay, man, she got a little top on. I know that's right. What's your background looking like? If he will move out the damn way, because I know he ain't in your picture. Oh, this is beautiful. She has a perfect, I love that she has like those light colors on, because the light colors really help bring out the more vibrant colors that are in the background. I feel like if she had any other color other than that, it probably wouldn't do it justice, wouldn't do the background justice. But yeah, y'all, so when I tell y'all this land was wonderful, I love our chit chats as always. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. And again, welcome to Vlogtober.